sometimes a company will offer to send something out, and I just have a morbid curiosity about this. So they offer to send out their night vision binoculars that are like under $120, and the question came to my mind, can they actually go far? Could I get a good distance image with something that affordable? And the answer is no, but maybe this is for somebody who's just going to use it in their backyard and mess around a little bit. Perhaps this could be for you. So it's the GTMedia NV4 digital infrared night vision device. I'll tell you a little bit about it. Has a digital zoom, 5x resolution is 2 megapixels. The power supply, you can plug it in, recharge it with a Type-C. The storage, it'll fit up to 128 gigabyte, which is cool. The power supply is DC 5-volt lithium-ion rechargeable battery. So they're kind of interesting. It does come with a head mount piece, which I'm not a real big fan of because it didn't fit my head very well, so I'm not really going to show it very much in this video. This is more of just an overview. And I still want to say thank you to GTMedia. They seem like really friendly people. I like them. And this device probably isn't for me, but it might be for you, so it's worth watching a little bit and thinking about it if you have a budget.
All right, now this is about 55 yards to that wall. I'm going to grab the focus wheel just to show you that it does actually do something. Focus brings it in a little better, right about here. And now let's go through the illumination settings. Here's standard, no night vision. Here's night vision 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm going to loosen up this head for a second just to point it around, show you a somewhat narrow field of view, and the cast is probably maxed out around 100 yards, and in my opinion there's just really not that much beyond 70 yards even. Enough that I can, like on a moonlit night like tonight, it's actually quite illuminated out there, I can get a lot of image out of a moonlit night. On a truly dark night, when I'm able to use the night vision settings and try it out, I would say about 70 yards is where I'm comfortable. Out to 100 is possible, but the bread and butter of something like this is going to be closer. Probably 50 to 70 yards is my experience. And it's not going to be rapid or fast because you're going to have to work that focus wheel, but it is something that allows you to record and see. So if you're doing varminting or pesting or close range coyote hunting, you definitely could use this for recording, and I think the image would be adequate for catching your kills. Alright, we're in daytime. It's about an hour before sundown. Looking at about 50 yards to that electrical box. I'm using the focus to go back and forth to show you what kind of image that can sustain. And if I switch, let's see, back to normal. Let's switch that. There we go. So there's the sharpness that I can achieve at about 50 yards field of view. It's going to be fairly tight. I'm going to go to that electrical tower. It's actually a cell phone tower here. There it is up there. I'm going to go ahead and work the focus to see what I can get at a couple hundred yards. There's out of focus, there's in focus. Out of focus. I think, to my eye at least, behind the binos, that seems tight. So, yeah, you're not going to be able to magnify immensely, and you're not going to be able to zoom in super close. It'd just be too pixelated to try anything like that with this sort of technology, but it does give a fine image, in my opinion, through these. I'm going to see what it looks like as a, as a recorded, whoopsies. I'm going to see what it looks like when it's on my actual screen editing it on, a 4K monitor. I'm sure it won't look quite as good as it does right now to my eye, but it's a usable image, and I can discern some different things out there. That's probably about as far as I would try to go with these. I'm just not going to record much, and the contrast is going to be a little tricky beyond this distance, especially if you're looking at something like a brown deer in brown grass. But again, going back to 100 or even 50 yards, let me grab that focus wheel. You could use this to some degree at closer distances. I'm going to say daytime recording is just not as optimized as, you know, using it in a night vision setting closer at that 50 to 100 yard setting. That's where this probably has the most to offer, and is where the value is of something really cheap like this that has night vision capability. The daytime thing is just not what it's optimized for.